Good evening and welcome back to MegaFactory Titan. A fair bit has happened. I've made a few decisions and changed things up, and running out of space is the biggest problem I have here. So I said last episode I was going to move things around and change things and do bits and pieces, and I have moved lots of stuff around. So we now have, starting at the end of the bus here, we have 3 sets of extruders producing dealing with slag. So this one is dealing with just plain slag, this one is dealing with ferrous, and this one is dealing with sulfur. So we have all of them set out here doing their own thing. So we can hopefully deal with all the slag we can do. Now the problem is that we're not using slag fast enough. So I am kind of tempted to build something up here to do something with it. Like have all the slag or the reprocessing thing on the end, which we could do. We could very much do here. We're not dealing with enough of it, and we do want to use a lot of this here. We can also use reprocessed slag to do a few other things like mineral wood and things like that as well. But I don't want to do that because all of these are single-use items, single production items. Can't get the terminology right. They're all items that only use a single input, and what I want to do is keep every item that uses a single input on the first line. That's the idea, which means I've done a little bit of trickery. I might move this around in just a moment, but yeah. So down here we've got 3 doing the slag. We have concrete being produced here. That's not a problem. That's from basalt. That's fine. Then here we have metal frames, which comes from concrete. Now, how to get the concrete? Well, what we have to do is actually remember to plug it in to the system, because I haven't done that yet. So we want to here, down here, like this, and then into there, like that. There you go, So then move, connect, move back. There you go. Okay. There you go. So now this concrete can go onto the system and go off, and comes down and feeds us here. And I've also got an input for the concrete as well, just in case we get any concrete in the system somehow. I don't think we will. Didn't do that here. I should have fixed that here, but I couldn't. So after the concrete and building frames, that should now stop working. There you go. Awesome. The reason I'm feeding it back here is because it can kind of be direct fed, because it doesn't have to worry about it. It can be, it can be direct fed without any major issues, because it's just a single use thing. So, and I don't want to have like these down here. I did toy with the idea of having sorting houses down here and then running the slag through the sorting houses. And I thought the amount of goods that have to get moved around with slag just involved is going to be horrendous. So I'd rather have the slag on all 3 individual lines. And see, we've got here, this can come out and connect to any of these 3 here. So that all works fine. Then we have copper, which feeds into wire. Then we have copper again, which also feeds into wire, but will feed into piping, because we're making piping with copper as well. Although we could make piping with something else. I haven't really looked at this. Let's go with factory. Yeah, piping can be made with polymer, steel, aluminium, or titanium, or copper. So it can maybe any of those here. So we could, instead of doing another copper run, so we've got 2 copper, and they are both feeding here. The reason I've done 2 copper is, let me pause the game because emissions and stuff popping up there, is because these produce copper in 2.5 seconds, and this uses copper in 1.5 seconds. So 1 to 1, it would not keep up. So I've gone 2 to 1, and then they can still feed the system as well. So that's fine. And I was going to put a third one in and have piping here, and then have this one and that one feeds that. So we'd have 3 copper going to system, 1 wire and 1 piping, because piping only needs copper every needs 1.3. Hold on, that's wrong. Hold on, let me get a proper factory. Piping every 1 second. So that also would need multiple ones. So maybe we'll do something else with the copper. Maybe we'll do like titanium or something, or aluminium. I'm not sure. What's bauxite? We know where bauxite is. Titanium, we don't know where any of these are yet, do we? I'm sure we found aluminium, haven't we? Resources, bauxite. Yeah, we've got loads of bauxite here. So we can mine the bauxite up and then maybe we'll run it off the bauxite. Although we'll have to do the same thing. We'll have to do 2 bauxite running 1 piping. I don't want to run it at full speed. I'm not worried about getting ratios correct. It's just when I know something's going to be overly used, like this is half the time, almost half the time of this here. So having 1 do this and supply other things just isn't going to work long term. So doing 2, and then I'll do 2 aluminium, for instance. So so we'll do 2 aluminium, which comes from bauxite, and then that can feed piping in the center and feed the system as well. So yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll be okay for us. I just need to get rid of this, and these. Now this is where their actual HQ is. This is the Federal Outpost HQ. However, the feds will in fact sell it for 30 grand. They will sell their hometown for 30 grand. Does mean we'd have to find out where they are next and move. So that's going to be an issue. What are the flamings want? 30 armor piercing rounds, and they will send us. It was a heavy excavator. That's not bad. Oh, a magnet catapult as well. That's. Oh, I want that. We're gonna go with that. We're not making armor piercing rounds, are we? In fact, I've had to change up some stuff here to make some. We ran out of ammo. We completely ran out of ammo. What do I need to? And I use some MegaFactories here because just. I wanted to space it out. Yeah. So armor piercing rounds is tungsten and solid propellant, of which we're not making any tungsten. If we were making tungsten, then we could have this run on tungsten and this run on tungsten. Right now, one's running on steel, one's running on copper. Switch this over to be. Armor piercing. I went with munitions because it was just easier. We don't have any tungsten. How do we get tungsten? Let's see here. Tungsten. You smelt it from wolframite or scheelite. Okay, and we are getting a little bit of scheelite in here. Not a lot, because there isn't a great deal here, but we are getting some in. But I don't have space for it down here to do anything with. So I can't do that because I don't have the space. I need to mine this out here. I have put in all of these down here to do that, and it's barely touched this, and it's already filled up 2,000's worth of storage. So setting the resources to be stupidly high was a fantastic idea until I need to actually clear them out and move them. Then it's a terrible idea. So, but okay, that's fine. That's fine. I've got a couple of things going on here. I've changed this supply depot to be a drop-off. So any of my quadcopters that end up with random stuff in them can drop off here, and they do come and drop off here. This one I messed up down here. I should have put in a sorting house for these, so this is going to have a line coming along there. You in fact should not go this far. You should only do 3, 4. You're only doing 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I'm gonna each run is going to do 4 factories, so that should be fine, and then we'll put a magnet catapult on here to speed it up. But I accidentally put in a supply depot here and it just filled up and stopped, and I was like, why is the system not working? Because I need a sorting house which can take goods in and output goods the same as these ones I do here. They're like giant maglev junctions. That's what I should have put here. So oh well, my bad. And I've got all of these plugged into the same place anyway, but they're not heavy use, so it's fine. It's all right. And we've got more here for when we expand out and do things. There will be maglevs all over the place. Maybe we might actually use quadcopters to bring goods in, but they're quite slow compared to maglevs, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, okay, that's fine. I just need to clear this out here because I have no space, and then I need to clear out all this basalt, which is huge, and then we have more space, and then we get to more ammonia. So, yeah, that's the plan. We're going to go this way. So, yeah, okay. So how about we get a better system here. So let's move. I'd rather put the, it doesn't matter where I put it, it's from the end, this is fine. So if we put in a maglev, I think like that, yeah. It does not need any of this stuff on the outside. Just really, I don't even know why I put one in. Actually, I don't even know why I put one in. Now I think about it, I shouldn't have bothered. I wanted to keep the right there. That's not needed, and then we won't need a connection to this either, so that's fine, because this is just going to be for effect. Do you know what? I don't even know why I put one in there. I didn't need one in there. What I want is I want a warehouse kind of in the center like that, and then I would like maybe 4 of these dotted around the warehouse. Duplicate 2, 3, 4, all doing infinite amounts of reprocess slag. I don't think one belt's going to keep up with it, but may do. It may do. And what I want to do as well is stop these two. Okay, so you can output onto the main line. Go. Keep dokie. Right, get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. Boom. So you see here, this is all sort of coming to a halt here. It's not outputting at full speed because it's not inputting at full speed. If that makes sense, there's stuff waiting to output. So it only outputs like one every half a second or something. If we put a maglev catapult on here, it will go faster, much faster. The problem is that I also have this connected to the main system in case we get any random goods in to this. Then we can do that. But I might bring that line in from the side so that we can put maglev catapults on the bottom here. And then above we'll have all the double stuff. So this probably shouldn't be here, but it's fine for the minute. We'll have all the double stuff. And then above that, we won't need this. Or if we do, that'll only be for like this sort of thing. So, yeah. But I do need a connection between the two. But it's only going to go up. Nothing's ever going to come down again. So we shouldn't have issues with everything blocking. Okay. So you are not technically fast enough at this. Which actually doesn't really surprise me. And the thing is though, this is never going to fill up because these can just run permanently. So this is never going to fill up. So this could have been a much smaller building if we wanted to, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. What I could do is put some storage buffers on here. Although if I put any it's got to be the endpoint buffers. It's not the middle one. So I could put like one endpoint buffer in and have all of them. In fact, what I could do is, now I think about it, turn that around for a second. That's going to block everything up. That's fine. All right, a minute. What I can do is, what if we was to put an endpoint? We got one of them. There. Put that in the center here. It's not going to connect to the pipe. That's fine. That's not important. And then we put these here like this. Then we just ran this into the two here. Maybe didn't even bother with the back two. Yeah, we'll do that. Cancel cancel. You output any goods you might have into the stuff below. Thank you. Do that, then back around again. Put on. Oh, what's happened here? They're just going to request loads and loads and loads of goods. They're going to constantly be requesting inputs because the endpoint buffer is boosting them. So instead of them having to store whatever it was by default, they store 2, they're going to store 8 now. So they're going to request way more than they currently have. What is happening here? Ah, right. So something else I need to do then as well is untick all of these, because we only want you doing it with reprocessed slag, and I messed that up. Okay, so you're getting basalt from somewhere, aren't you? Yeah. Right, I've got random stuff in the way of a lot of things as well, so let's move that over here now. And what I want to do is go like that. No, that's not right. Hang on. Your overflow only. Why is the reprocessed slag going in there? Reprocessed slag has somewhere to go. Let's just delete all the stuff off of here for the moment. So now that should hopefully, so none of this reprocessed slag should be going down this run to here because it's not overflow, it's only requested. And then you should start emptying things because the system's smart. It knows to draw from further away. So when these request things, it will go, hey, this has got some reprocessed slag in it. Let's draw it from here because it's further away than the closer place. So at least that's my understanding of it so far. It's smart enough to know, hey, I need to move things that are different. You know, I need to grab this and grab that and grab the other. So they seem like they're kind of keeping up. Definitely do with. I mean, having the storage in between is exactly the same as putting these buffers in here. If I'm honest with you, yeah, I think having the storage in between was exactly the same. Yeah. Yep, and then I can save this for something else. So let's move you two out, and we'll just put a small storehouse in there. And let's use the push maglevs. Do that for the moment. You don't actually need to do that. That's a really we'll go down that square road, but clear that up in just a moment. Oh, you see this. That's the reason. That's the reason why I have the templates with a filtered thing on them, because that happens. Because that happens. Stash this all in the headquarters. Go on. Go on. Go on. You can get around it by filtering the let's see that now there's stuff on the belts being like, I don't know where to go anymore, help. Yeah. You delete that as well. There you go. Okay. Yes. Go straight. Okay. So yeah. So you can get around that by filtering the actual. These can be filtered as well, so we can go, hey, this only is reprocessed slag on this belt, so you can absolutely filter belts. The problem with any of this is that if the warehouses are destroyed for whatever reason, so you're playing with Crisis, or I've not seen the Scavengers destroy a warehouse yet, but they possibly could, and then your rebuilder drones rebuild stuff, they will rebuild it without the filters. That just breaks everything. It's a really bizarre way of doing things. So yeah, you may also notice that we have a lot more pirates coming in from this direction. That's because I had the Scavenger Crisis. So they've abandoned the base that was over here, but it's gone, and they are now coming from over here somewhere. I did send a quadcopter out here to have a quick look around, but I don't think I found them. Oh, I've just found them now. Awesome. Okay. So let's get you doing a more explory thing. In fact, just go there. They don't shoot you down, I don't think so. Go there, explore that. Just find them, and yeah. Okay. So I need to clear out this water right here, and there's way too much of it for me to clear it all out. So yeah, what I also need to do is get loads more reprocessed slag, which is fine, and we're not actually producing any more reprocessed slag. We have now stopped producing reprocessed slag because you are full. Yep. You are not full because you have not because we're not using any copper, and because we're not using any copper, we're not producing any slag, and because we're not producing any slag, yeah. So you need a constant use of goods to do things. So that's fine. That's fine. I have got this up here. I could connect this up via. Let's do that. Now the problem with this now, I'm going to have left and right here. I'm going to have left and right, and then up, and we've got an offset here, which is just for dumping, and we're going to have another offset here, offline here, to a storage, which is just for if anything goes wrong, it overloads into storage, and we have the overload only, and then that goes back into the grid. But it means I can't get any maglev catapults in here, because maglev catapults are a 3x3. So they're this size, I believe. There might be a 2x2. If they're 2x2, then we can fit one here, but I definitely can't fit one anywhere else. So we're gonna have to figure this out. We could always put a corner in this and put one here. So we can figure it out. It's not a problem. It's not going to be a major problem. We will definitely figure that out. So get rid of the in-storage buffer here. Also, armor piece surrounds. I got distracted. So we want to have Sheelite, but we can't have Sheelite because we don't have any space here. Okay. Can we do that? Awesome. So that means I can put stuff in here. Right. So where would the next one be? So if I, not by land, if I grab a maglev, I don't know if it's good. Does tungsten produce slag? It does. Okay, so it's a maglev with slag. So we're gonna have one. So this one would go here. You know what it is? I can't even put down a little bit of it, so I don't know exactly where it's going to be. But this was going to be piping, wasn't it? So, but I might put tungsten in. We can always move it. We can always move it later. It's not a problem. So, actually, with that in mind, if we're going to move it later, let's just put it wherever. Let's just put it there. That'll do. And we will just run a power line between the two. That we get power, and then we will connect you up. We have another little mini connection template thing here. You are one out. I do need to actually move you. Not duplicate. Move. Relocate up by one tile. Yeah, boom. That does not seem correct now, but boop and boop. not going to be that one. You're going to be a new line. Zoom. Okay, you connect to that one. 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 That connects with them up there. And then we want to have a forge, which is not going to work with wolframite. We're going to work with scheelite, but we will filter both into here. So scheelite and wolframite. Okay. And then you are going to be filtered to be tungsten. And then we're going to grab you and put you here. And then we're going to duplicate these. Boom, 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 and boom, and boom. And the whole system will just work. And rather than put in the extra, because I can't do it here because I have the space for it, I am going to just come out and tap into this line, which is actually technically the nickel. It's just up here out the way at the moment, along with the piping. It's just up here out the way right now. So yeah, okay. And now I can't actually build across this. So let's put in a bridge like that. You can get down here. Awesome. Okay. There's our tungsten. We're going to need more than just tungsten though, because we're going to need armor piercing rounds. So okay. So I'll tell you what. We shall leave this one here. I've done a lot of it. There's been a lot going on. A lot of change here. I need to make armor piercing rounds. I shall leave this here. So I shall not actually let the game run like I do normally. We'll come back next episode and I will do armor piercing rounds. And then we can get some more stuff done. And then I need to leave the game for a while to clear lots out. So fun. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this one, and I do hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.